Let's grab our sticks. So we're going to hold the stick behind our head. It touches head, shoulder blades, and tail. One hand behind neck, one hand behind low back. That's the ideal. If you have a hard time holding it there, do what you need to. Feet about hip distance apart. We hinge, maintain all 3 points of contact, stand all the way tall. 5. Really gripping the stick's going to give you more shoulder mobility as well. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Then we switch. So you only go as low as you can maintain head, shoulder blades, and tail. Got to send those hips behind you. And there's always that slight little bend in the knee. 3. 4. And 5. We're going to keep the stick, but we're going to move it front of the body. It's going to slide down my legs. I'm going to widen up my feet. I'm going to go for the same movement pattern. I hinge forward, but now the stick slides down my legs. I can only go as low as I can maintain that imaginary stick on my back. I'm going to bend my knees as deep as I can go with my feet on the ground, lift my arms up to the sky, and stand all the way up. That's why we widened our feet. Hinge forward, bend at the knees, reach the arms up, and stand. Hinge, bend, reach, and stand. So you can only go as low as you can maintain your feet on the ground, flat back, arms reach up, and stand. 5 more. Bend, reach. 4 more. Try to keep the wrists stiff. Try to keep the arms as straight as you can. 3 to go. This one gets us a little bit warmer. Last 2. One more time. And up, good. Move the stick aside. Now we're gonna go for our split squats or a stationary lunge. So feet are about hip distance apart. We take a nice big step forward. And we keep the hips square forward. Shoulders are relaxed. I like arms to hang. We sink straight down and up for 10, 9, crown of the head up to the sky, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. So we're sinking straight down. The shoulders are relaxed for 10, 9, 8, hips are square, 7, front foot's firmly planted, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to imagine we have the stick on our back again, head, shoulder blades, and tail. On one leg, single leg deadlift. So we hinge forward and we stand all the way tall. So it's a hinge. You can reach the arms out, which may help with your balance. Totally up to you. 3, 4. Make sure you stand all the way tall at the top. 5, 6, 7. Try to stare at a point that's not moving. Helps with the balance. 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. Tons of work for that stable leg, the one on the ground. Big toe, little toe, heel, hinge at the hips. Imagine that stick, head, shoulder blades, tail It's the same movement pattern. 3. Core is definitely engaged. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, grab your mini band. If you don't have a mini band, your first variation is to reach that leg out to the side as far as you can, and you'll just lift up and down. If you have a mini band, it goes around the ankles. Start at one side of the mat, keep it tight. We go side to side. And we're going to time it because we're doing 2 different variations. Over to the side, back and forth. Now, if you don't have a mini band, you're going to reach behind the body and you're going to lift up and down. For the rest of us, mini band, we go forward and back. Couple more seconds. Try to keep those feet nice and wide. And then switch, other leg, side to side again. Make sure those knees are not falling in. We're keeping them open without turning the toes out too much. Keep tension on that elastic. And last variation, turn, walk forward. If you don't have a mini band, you're reaching behind you with that same leg. Out to the side, keep that elastic nice and tight the whole time. And done. Take off the elastic. One last little warm-up exercise. Elastic goes around the hands or the wrists, or you just reach the arms, going really wide for a nice lateral lunge with a chop. Reach up, lunge across the body, straight chop for 10. 9, 8. Nice big stretch. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, we reach across for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break, grab a drink. We're going to get started. So, forgot to mention, you need a wall today. You need a wall. So, this is an exercise. It's a single leg deadlift with a rotation. So, I'm going to give you 2 options. Option 1, using the wall. My feet are about hip distance apart. I'm about 10 inches away from the wall. I set one foot against the wall. Now, I need my hips to be square. So if by pushing into my back foot, I have to rotate, I want to move back a little bit, okay? From here, my weight is going to be in the arm of the bent leg, okay? I'm going to hinge at my hips, keeping my chest lifted, imagining my stick. I'm going to hinge at my hips. I'm going to reach for the outside of my foot on the ground. I'm going to stand all the way tall, and I'm going to squeeze both glutes and push both hips forward. I'm going to hinge forward, send those hips back, tall and squeeze. Now, if that doesn't work for you, if for some reason you feel any back pain, which if you don't keep a really straight line, you might, you're going to go for a staggered stance deadlift, no rotation. So you'll hold a weight in 2 hands. One foot is further forward than the other. Heel is in line with the toes, and you just slide the weight down and stand all the way up. You're still going to get the hamstring glute just a little different, okay? That's exercise 1. We're gonna start with that, and then I'll show you exercise 2. We're gonna go for 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Make sure you're against the wall. You have to push that foot nice and hard. Da, 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 da. You guys know me and my counting. 2, 1. Let's go. We hinge forward, reach to the outside of the foot on the ground, stand all the way tall. Hinge, reach, and tall. Hips are square at the top. Now, don't rush it. 45 seconds is not short, so you're going to get enough reps in, don't worry. Careful you're not rounding the upper back. All the way tall. So still imagining that stick. That means you have to send your hips behind you towards the wall to maintain that nice back position. You could also grab your stick and use it for this exercise. Let's switch legs. Set the other foot down against the wall. Switch the weight. 2, 1. Let's go. We hinge outside of the foot. Stand tall. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Hinge. Tall. Tall. You could use this stick, omit the rotation, and just get more used to this movement pattern. If you haven't done a lot of deadlifts, it's tough, but there should never be any low back pain or back pain, period. This is a hamstring and glute exercise. Done, that's our time. Come up, exercise number 2. We're gonna do a little cardio before we go for our upper body. We're going to squat, and we're gonna jump into a wide squat. Jump, small squat, jump, wide squat. If you don't like jumping, step, squat together, step, squat together. You don't have to jump. It's 45 seconds, it's long, so pace yourself. 2, 1, let's go. Narrow squat, wide squat. Narrow, wide. It is ski season, so let's get those quads going. When you hop your legs to the center, I want you to think of using your inner thighs. Try to land in your squat. Try to avoid any pauses. Up and down. Slow it down if you need to. That's our time. All right. Next, we grab one of our hand weights. We're doing a bent over single arm row. I'm not timing it, we're counting it. So one leg forward, hand on your knee. If you have a bench nearby or a couch, you can put your hand on there. We're gonna row and reach forward, okay? We're doing 10. 10, 9, shoulder blade down and back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, make sure your back's flat, back and the neck's long, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Hand on knee. You could go forearm on knee or use a bench for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Break, rest. 2 more sets of that, but take a break. We'll all catch our breath. So while you're on a break, To reiterate, make sure there's zero back pain with this single leg deadlift. Nothing should hurt. So if you do not like it, grab your stick. And your stick can be any broomstick, any broomstick. So we're gonna go again. If it didn't feel that hard for you the last time, grab a heavier weight. Pure and simple. That's how we increase the challenge of this one today. So 45 seconds, single leg with rotation. 2, 1, let's go. We hinge at the hip, outside, and tall squeeze. This one's timed. I like to time some of these to make sure you guys go at your own pace. But I'm going to suggest you don't go faster than me. I'm not slow. Hinge. Squeeze at the top. Support with the core. Should really feel that glute on that standing leg, hamstring. Never locked, slightly bent. Switch legs. 2, 1, let's go. We hinge. Tall. Keep those shoulders back. Back of the neck is long. Outside, the foot on the ground. This is strength. Next up, more cardio. Just a second, keep going. Nice rotation. Helps us get deeper into that glute. Set that weight down. 2, 1, we go right away. Jump, squat, wide. Squat, wide. Obviously, if you go faster, more challenge. But pick your pace, because this is set 2 of 3. And if the jumping isn't for you, you can step out, tap and squat. Almost there. Time. Grab your weight, bent over rows. Hinge forward. Back foot is the working arm. Row for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. One more set, one final set. And then we have another group. Make sure you're recovering. Recovery is so important. If you're not recovering, you're not going to be able to work your maximum. All right. Final set of this fun group. Super fun group. Ready? 2, 1, let's go. Hinge. Use your stick if you need to. It's important to pattern this exercise properly. The rotation, helping to really get that glute going. As you bend down, it's a big stretch. You don't need to go all the way to the ground. You need to go where you can maintain that flat back position. Tall. Hinge. Switch. 2, 1. Let's go. Hinge. Tall. Feel that good stretch at the bottom. Work to come up. Really make sure you're keeping the chest lifted. You're hinging. No rounding through the back. No arching through your back. Got nice and neutral. Back of the neck is long. Almost there. And let's go. Squat, last time. Narrow squat, wide squat. No more cardio after this. Make sure your knees aren't caving in. Keep them tracking. Only go as low as you're comfortable. Almost there. Up and down. Time. Grab that weight. Step forward. Hinge forward, hand on the knee or on a bench, and row for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Switch. Core is engaged. Chest is still lifted for 10. Back of the neck is long. 9. 8. Shoulder down and back. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Set that down. Quick drink. We're going to hit the floor for a couple exercises in a last little group. Let's just come into a child's pose first. Sit on the back of your heels if you can. Walk the arms forward, head down. Really round the spine. Try to slow your breath. If you're not breathing heavy like me, maybe you didn't push hard enough. Just maybe. All right, let's come onto our back. I have 2 exercises for us. Number 1, core. Number 2, posture, back. So number 1, you have 2 options. Option 1, easiest option. First off, both of them, neutral position in the spine. Option 1, one leg up in tabletop, okay? Hand into knee, I push hard. That in and of itself would be an exercise. You can just stay there while I count my reps for option number 2. Option 2, leg goes up and down. Arm can stay at my side. I'll show the other side. And then option 3, there's 3 options. Arm and leg both go up and down. Hard part of this exercise, Keep your neutral. Don't lose it. Do not arch that back. I very much prefer you err on the side of flat back versus arch. So hand into opposite knee, shoulders are down. Let's go for our 10 reps. Keep the leg bent, tap toes, center, 10. Feel that tailbone, 9, 8, 7, 6, push hard into that opposite knee, 5. If you think this is easy, you're not pushing. 4, 3, I mean physically pushing into the knee, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Hand into opposite knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in. Flip onto your stomach. Take your time. This next one is more about the height of your arms, not your upper body. So hands are down at your sides, palms down. Palms down. If you don't know what that is, look at me. Palms down, thumbs are out. Now, ribs stay connected to the mat, belly pulls in. I'm going to pull my face away from my mat. Back of the neck is long. I lift my arms and I turn my thumbs up to the sky, outward. Just take a little peek at what that looks like, and then we relax. Lift my face away from the mat, arms are up, thumbs up to the sky. Let's go for 10. Really turning from the shoulder, 9. Not from the wrist, 8. Don't lift too high, 7. We're getting a little upper back extension, but it's mostly about those shoulders, 6. 5. 4. 3. The tighter my arms are to my body, the harder it is. 2. And 1. Hands under shoulders. Press yourself back. Nice little stretch. No rest. Let's come back onto our backs. I want to do that 2 more times. This time, I'm going to give you the option of flattening your back and curling head chest up. Okay? If I curl my head chest up and I push into my opposite knee, I can hold my head with one hand. I'm going to lower and lift that leg, or you stick with the other variation, but I want back flat if you're lifted. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Hand into opposite knee for 10, 9, 8, 7. The harder you push, 6, the more you'll feel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees into the chest. Relax. Nice big breath. And let's flip on to our stomach. Hands at our sides, palms down. Back of the neck is long, belly pulled in. Pull your face away from the mat. That's high enough. Lift arms, turn, open the thumbs. And relax for another 9. Palms are down, lift up, turn those thumbs out. 8, 7, 6, belly's pulled in. 5, legs are relaxed. 4, 3, 2. One more time. And let's push back. Nice little stretch. We're stretching in between. Onto our back. Last time through, pick your variation. The one with the head chest lifted, super flat low back, it's tough. So if you don't like your head lifted, keep it down. Hand into opposite knee, other hand behind the head if you're lifted, and lower and lift that leg for 10, 9, tailbones down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. Reset that low back if you need to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees in. Head relaxes. One more exercise. On our stomach, hands at our sides, palms are down, thumbs are out, belly's pulled in. We lift up, away from the mat, turn those thumbs to open the chest for 10, 9. It's all about the shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And let's push back. Nice child's pose. Round that body. Shift side to side wherever you feel you need that stretch. And let's roll our shoulders. Let's bring them up to our ears, roll them back and down for 5, 4, 3, 2,